Over the past 2 seasons, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal went toe-to-toe with Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, challenging them for the Premier League title. But despite their best efforts, they ended up as runners-up in both campaigns. While losing the title was a bitter pill to swallow, most Arsenal fans found solace in the team's steady improvement. Many believed that the elusive Premier League crown was within reach. Fast forward to the 2024-25 season, and Arsenal entered the campaign as one of the favourites, hoping to finally end their title drought. To make things even better for the Gunners, their arch rivals Manchester City suffered a catastrophic fall-off after losing their best player Rodri to an ACL injury. At that point, it seemed like Arsenal had the perfect opportunity to take control. However, a new challenger emerged: Arne Slot's Liverpool. In what is the Dutchman's first season in England, Liverpool have been nothing short of sensational. Barring one shock defeat to Nottingham Forest at Anfield, the Reds have been unstoppable, dominating the Premier League and topping their Champions League group with ease. Meanwhile, Arsenal have struggled to maintain consistency. With nearly 2/3 of the season complete, Arsenal sits 6 points behind Liverpool, who still have a game in hand, meaning the gap could stretch to 9 points. Arsenal's misfortunes didn't stop there. They were knocked out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round by a struggling Manchester United and suffered a humiliating 4-0 defeat to Newcastle over 2 legs in the League Cup. Their only silver lining is the 3rd place finish in the Champions League group stage, which secured them a spot in the round of 16. So how did a season that promised so much go so wrong? Injuries have definitely played a big part. The Gunners lost their talisman Bukayo Saka for over 4 months, their captain Martin Odegaard for over 2 months, and Gabriel Jesus for the rest of the season with an ACL injury. These setbacks, combined with other injuries to key players, have left the squad stretched thin. But the issues go deeper than bad luck with injuries. The real problem lies in Arsenal's recruitment strategy. After finishing just 2 points behind Manchester City last season, fans expected the club to address the key weaknesses in the squad, especially in the front line. During Arteta's tenure, Arsenal have signed 34 players, and only 5 of them have been forwards, 6 if you can count Kai Havertz, who was initially brought in to replace Granit Xhaka in midfield. The lack of investment in Arsenal's forward line has been a glaring issue. Fans entered the summer transfer window with high expectations, but the response from the board was frankly underwhelming. Their only forward signing was Raheem Sterling, a player far from his prime, who couldn't even make the Chelsea bench. Many supporters questioned how Sterling could improve the squad. He was the farthest thing from what they've been asking for years. The other signings included Ricardo Calafiori, a defender, Mikel Merino, a Spanish midfielder known more for his physicality than his technical ability, and Neto, an aging goalkeeper brought in as a backup for David Raya. For a team that had come so close to winning the title in consecutive seasons, this transfer window was a major letdown. According to reports, Arsenal had pursued top targets like Benjamin Sesko and Nico Williams, but failed to convince them to leave their respective clubs. Instead of securing alternatives, the club chose to wait in hopes of signing these players in future windows. And this is where Arsenal's biggest problem lies. Under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have chased players like Mudryk, Rafinha, Pedro Neto, Vlahovic, Sesko and Nico Williams, only to fail each time. But instead of adopting and signing alternative options, they've clung to the idea of next time. The problem with this approach is that in football, the window to win is now. Success is never guaranteed. A strong season can be undone by injuries, bad luck, or other unforeseen circumstances. When you have an opportunity, you seize it. Look at Manchester City this season. Despite a poorly campaign, they didn't hesitate to invest, paying a premium for January signings like Omar Marmoush to bolster their chances in the FA Cup or the Champions League. Arsenal, on the other hand, continue to delay. During the January window, they once again tried for Šeško, only to be told Leipzig wouldn't sell mid-season. With both Saka and Jesus out injured, the need for reinforcements was urgent. Yet Arsenal ended the window without signing a single forward, leaving the team vulnerable once again. If we look at the Carabao Cup semi-final as an example, Arsenal generated the most expected goals over the two legs. However, it was Newcastle who found the back of the net 4 times, while Arsenal failed to score even once. The key difference: Newcastle's lethal front line, featuring players like Isak and Gordon. For fans, this lack of urgency in the transfer window is infuriating. Even if Arsenal are 9 points behind Liverpool, the board should be doing everything possible to help the team compete for the Premier League or the Champions League. With players like Saliba, Gabriel and Rice, the defensive foundation is solid. What's missing is investment in the forward line. But 5 years into Arteta's tenure, this issue remains unresolved. The upcoming summer transfer window feels like a make or break moment for the club, Arteta and the entire project. Arsenal have a talented core of players, but they must act decisively. Whether it's securing primary targets or adapting with strong alternatives, the message is clear. The time to win is now. Because if Arsenal keep waiting, their opportunity may slip away for good.